Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today, we toast the employees of a small town McDonald's in England. Now, workers there, they were confronted by 22-year-old Rudy Baden. He entered the restaurant one morning wielding a gun and demanding cash. Well, the employees, they emptied a register, even gave him access to the safe. He made about $600 for his trouble, but that was not good enough for Rudy. Oh, no. I mean, he was at McDonald's, so why not also demand some world-famous chicken McNuggets? That's right, you have a gun, should be easy, but no. The fine folks at McDonald's made it clear they would not be pushed that far. They will not make them chicken nuggets. Now, you can take the money. They didn't care. But they would not make them chicken McNuggets. You see, it was not 10:30 a.m. yet. I'm making this up. And McDonald's don't play. Breakfast menu only. He ended up to choose to rob them and left with his $600, and he grabbed himself a double sausage McMuffin. They just said, look.
Double sausage McMuffin.
You can have the money. We are not making you chicken nuggets. He's like, I have a gun. They said, that's great. It's like 10:15, homie. If you can wait. We don't do lunch until lunch.
They don't go in the drawers yet. They don't go into the heat.
They weren't doing any of that.
They don't have it ready.
So even with the gun, they were just like, they refused to budge on this. So in the end, he did grab the sausage on McMuffin, but the reason you know his name is because, of course, he got arrested. He actually turned himself in, if that makes him any better.
Give me 2 sausage patties then. Double sausage.
I mean, something, man. A McGriddle. But yeah, it's like, they're like, yeah, we're not doing that for you. Sorry, it's not 10:30. So let's drink. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
All right, old school battle on Bad Choice Friday. Bobby Brown and My Prerogative going up against Earth, Wind, and Fire, Shining Star. Ted, you said the voting was tight early. Mike, what were the results?
It stayed a little bit tight, but the winner did make a breakout there. Who you voted for is your prerogative, but the shining star of this week's Bad Choice Friday is Bobby Brown.
Oh, Bobby Brown. Welcome to the weekend, bitches. Here's your winner on a Bad Choice Friday. It's Miles at Total Men's Room, 99.9 KISW. Seattle.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Your home equity. It could be an untapped opportunity instead of an untouchable asset. Introducing HomeTap. HomeTap is an investor, not a lender. They give you cash in exchange for a share of your home's future value. Use it to pay off debt, make renovations, fund a business, or just live a better life. There's no interest or monthly payments to worry about. HomeTap. Get more from home ownership. Get more from life. Subject to eligibility. Terms and conditions apply. Visit HomeTap.com to apply in minutes. That's HomeTap.com.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Now, Paul, TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time with Tim.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon. The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Your choices say Seth Meyers, the Jimmies,
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's right there. The title. These guys have a talented team of writers to help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Just almost read my old tagline there, Mike.
Very good.
A shopper in the UK found a gecko lizard. Don't tell your mom.
I know.
A shopper in the UK found a gecko lizard at a plant they bought in IKEA. How annoyed is that gecko? He went from having the run of an entire IKEA to a one-bedroom apartment.
Fallon.
Yeah, sounds like Fallon.
Yeah, it's Fallon.
A shopper in the UK got a surprise when they returned home with a plant from IKEA and found a gecko lizard inside. How annoyed is that gecko? I had the run of the entire IKEA. Now it lives in a one-bedroom apartment.
A rare bottle of bourbon that is believed to have been produced before 1802 will go up for auction this year and is expected to sell for up to $40,000. Wow. Meanwhile, an NFT of a photo of the bottle is expected to sell for $7 billion.
Kimmel?
Myers.
A rare bottle of bourbon that is believed to have been produced before 1802 will go up for auction later this year and is expected to sell for up to $40,000. Meanwhile, an NFT of a photo of it is expected to sell for $7 billion.
After 3 years of construction, Legoland New York is finally opening this summer. Unfortunately, today, some jerk older brother kicked over all the rides.
Seth Meyers.
Ted Smith.
Jim Fallon.
After 3 years of construction, Legoland New York is finally opening this summer. Yeah. Unfortunately, today some jerk older brother kicked over all the rides.
New York City has announced its plans to fully reopen this summer on July 1st. If you think the hot dog eating contest doesn't have influence in this city, then I have Nathan for you.
Gotta bet you, Ted.
Myers.
I'll go Seth Meyers.
Ted Smith!
Ted Smith!
Well done.
Mm-hmm. Shove them down your gullet. I don't know why I'm so aggressive today. Sorry.
You are awfully aggressive.
I know.
Eating hot dogs.
Yeah. I'll show you where those buns go. In a new interview, a doctor and clinical consultant for NASA said that sex in space would be difficult. When asked why, the doctor said, well, we've been married a long time.
Seth Meyers?
In a new interview, a doctor and clinical consultant for NASA said that sex in space would be difficult. When asked why, the doctor said, well, we've been married a long time.
Anybody watch the draft?
Oh, bits and pieces, yeah.
I mean, I tried to catch up with who was being drafted. I'm not patient enough to wait.
Oh, really?
No, I sit there and watch NBA basketball.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, you're still watching sports.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to come across in the ticker, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was funny. I reached out to a cousin of mine because last year, you got to remember, last year at this time, there was no sports.
Correct.
The NFL draft was everything to everybody. So, like, he texted me and he's like, man, I forgot how crazy that was last year. I was like, yeah. So last year was like our Zoom anniversary of starting to, like, drink beers over Zoom. So we're like, let's have a beer. Then another cousin, who doesn't even drink, like, called me. I go, hey, I'm Zooming a beer. And he goes, I was hoping you were going to say that. So then we sat there and just kind of watched the draft together and everything.
Cool.
The Jets, to me, are the Jets. I could be dead wrong. I just don't have a lot of faith that I shouldn't say that. I think the kid from BYU could be a good quarterback. I don't think I wouldn't have taken him at number 2.
I would not have taken him number 2. More than that, he could be a good quarterback, just not on the Jets.
Yeah.
That's not a team for anyone to go to. The Jets are what the Browns and the Lions used to be, right? Just perennial garbage. because the ownership, the whole culture, the whole thing's garbage. You can you could take the Kansas City Chiefs, just move them to the Jets, put them in Jets, and somehow they go like 2-14.
Yeah, and it's, Mike and I talk about this all the time. It is amazing. To the NFL's credit, they have turned that one sport in this country into a year-round thing.
Yes, they have.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, there's, if you go to England sometimes or talk to an English person, the majority of them do watch soccer. Mm-hmm. But there's some of them that can't stand the Premier League because they're like, it's all we talk about all year long.
Right. Sure.
So, yeah. But I like the draft. It's cool. Like I said, I could watch a lot of shows and they don't get me too emotional. But, there's something about seeing somebody getting drafted, and you just know in that moment.
Everything they worked for in their life is now
has come to fruition. Things are going to change. You know what I mean? Now, what happens with the money years from now? I mean, who knows, right? Anybody can blow millions of dollars.
You can't. Well, I was talking to Mike about it earlier. I said the thing that gets me is, you see these guys at home and their families around them. When I see the dads jump up, and I know part of it, I'm so proud of my son. Man, he's made it this far. I know the hard work and dedication, but also... Mm-hmm. I ain't paying for anything for this dude anymore.
Not if you're first,
dude. Financially, if you're a parent, your kid, it doesn't matter the sport, basketball, baseball, football, it doesn't matter. If your kid goes to the team, you're like, I'm off the hook.
Yeah, average life of an NFL player is 3.5 years.
3.5 seasons.
But that doesn't include the first and second round. I mean, it does in the figuring.
Right.
Most of that is
but
later.
It's also just crazy, too, because for every pro athlete you watch, you know what I mean? There is countless hours they've spent somewhere. If you have basketball, shooting shots.
Right.
Or, you see a wide receiver, you see those guys all the time in parks in the morning, in the evening. They're just running routes, running routes. And there's, obviously you want to take a day off, right? You're a teenager. You got other stuff to do. But a lot of them never have. So you're right. It's just cool to see that moment where it's like, all right, it paid off. Now, probably comes the hardest part. You got to try to make it in the top league.
Sure. Right. Well, look, man, anybody will tell you as a pro athlete, the hardest thing to do is separate yourself from you and your sport. So even if you're a pro tennis player, the idea of going on vacation for a week with your family, you're still going to find a court. You're still going to get out there. You know what I mean? Even if it's just 2 hours a day.
Oh, that's what a pro athlete is.
Or whatever.
It's the life you signed up for, man.
Exactly.
It
is, but it's even crazier now, right? You got Brady or Russell Wilson who pay $1 million a year to take their trainer and the nutritionist with them.
Yeah, and then pay for apartments while people come into town.
Yeah.
And, hang out for a month.
Because nothing says fun I'm going on a 2-week excursion in Australia with my personal chef so I can eat egg whites. You know what I mean? Your dedication to what you do has to be year-round.
Yeah, it's wild.
Unless you're the 11th year defensive end veteran, in which case, I'm 470 pounds. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to training camp. I'll be 360 when we start the season.
But hey, I mean, look, I do the same thing, right? When I go on vacation, I still tell some jokes to people.
Yeah, but you got to remember too, man. Even those guys, they typically can eat at the training facility.
Sure,
but when you're not at home and you're living at wherever your residence is, you still have to keep up 7,000 calories.
Exactly.
You still have to do all these things. It's like you said, man. It's a year-round sport. It's a year-round thing for almost any athlete.
Look, I mean, I get that part. When I'm on vacation, I end up, I don't always hit 7,000, but I got a pretty high calorie count.
I try then.
I probably hit about 7,000 on vacation, dog.
I'm getting on.
Depends on where you are, too. Yeah. If I'm in the South, forget about it.
Yeah. 7,000, do I have to stop there?
All the friends are going nuts. We're going to Vegas.
Don't worry, no calories.
Man, it's funny. Yeah, traveling Vegas. I've had some of the best meals of my life in Las Vegas. It's some of the worst. It's just you know what I mean? Generally on vacation, you try not to eat a ton. People don't eat a ton of fast food as it is, but
right.
On vacation, it's let's go out, spend a little more, get something good.
Right.
But I've definitely been to Vegas on a bachelor party. We were just drinking, partying all day, and finally it's dude, we got to go get something. It's
White Castle.
There's something in the hotel. All right, cool. There's a McDonald's. Let's just go there.
Yeah, we go to White Castle every goddamn time we go to Vegas.
Yeah. And there's a line at 2 a.m.
Well, hey, look, what if I'm in New Orleans or Jacksonville or in the South, I go to Crystal's.
All right, whatever they got.
And then I go to another one to get little burgers. Do you guys know why blockbusters are called blockbusters?
Based on
the movies themselves?
Like a blockbuster
Like a movie blockbuster.
All right.
Oh,
I'm going to guess.
Jesus.
A blockbuster movie.
I'm only going to guess. I don't know. Now, I'm old enough to know that they considered Jaws to be the first summer blockbuster movie.
I'm going to have to say it has something to do with busting blocks.
I'm going to say it's The Line, because at the time that Jaws came out, and I remember seeing this as a kid, the average movie theater had one screen. If it was a multiplex, it had two. But Jaws was such a big movie that it played on both screens, and I do very vividly remember standing in line.
Oh, so the line goes around the block.
This is my guess.
All right.
I don't know if I'm right.
I tell you what, man. That sounds very good.
I'm so wrong.
You are.
So none of those.
None of that.
Nothing to do with Jaws or lines.
We tried.
Right. The term goes back to World War II. It was a type of bomb that was so powerful it could decimate a city block. The name caught on. People started using it to describe anything explosive or extravagant.
Oh.
Blockbuster is used to describe films that were bold or noteworthy. In 1943, Time magazine said critics were calling the movie Mission to Moscow, quote, as explosive as a blockbuster.
Huh.
Then it became synonymous with box office success. In the 50s, a producer, he defined a blockbuster as any movie that grossed over $2 million.
Then a rental store.
Right. Well, that's obviously the big one. And you got to keep in mind, like, we're used to seeing movies gross or like millions and millions of dollars. But back then, getting over $2 million for a movie was massive.
It seems like on average now, and I know there's independent flicks and all that, but it seems like $100 million seems to be the base. Like, Disney's going to be really upset. They only made $90 million on this film. Or, like, Jesus Christ, guys.
How much does it cost to make?
That is inherently the problem. They spent $200, I think it was the movie John Carter or something. So at the time Disney made this movie, it's the most expensive movie ever made. And I mean, they dropped like over $200 million between marketing and the movie itself, and it made, like $8.17.
It's still wild to me, the amount of money Hollywood spends and pays people. But for whatever reason, whenever people want to get mad about salaries, it's always athletes. Spoiled athletes, this and that.
Are you kidding?
Look at the actors.
They had an adult film. It was like a pirate film. It was like the highest, most money spent on an adult film.
How much?
Like well over millions of dollars, right?
All right.
Okay, but it was a movie. It was like 2 hours. And it had a plot. And it had characters.
They don't know what porn is.
It was like Pirates of something.
Right.
I've seen it.
And people were just like, I'll just watch 5-minute clip here.
Yeah,
the 5-minute clip.
We had a DVD of it.
Yeah, it was like the biggest thing ever. They thought it was going to be this smash hit. All of a sudden,
you were wrong.
Nah. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Your home equity. It could be an untapped opportunity instead of an untouchable asset. Introducing HomeTap. HomeTap is an investor, not a lender. They give you cash in exchange for a share of your home's future value. Use it to pay off debt, make renovations, fund a business, or just live a better life. There's no interest or monthly payments to worry about. HomeTap. Get more from home ownership. Get more from life. Subject to eligibility, terms and conditions apply. Visit HomeTap.com to apply in minutes. That's HomeTap.com.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go to Florida, where a bear regularly breaks into a woman's porch to swim every day in her pool. Meanwhile, a teen moves to a new state, accidentally rents a room in a retirement community, and actually thinks it's pretty cool. Shocking news as Butt Squad organizer admits he slept with two of the girls he brought in. Robert goes into a McDonald's and wonders, what time does the lunch menu begin? And the lady who brought back Lady Gaga's dogs for the $500,000 reward, shocker, she was in on it. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
All right, top story. We go to Florida, where a woman has issues with someone sneaking into her pool. The woman had seen her screen broken several times and had a hunch on who was sneaking in. She would run to the pool to catch the ripples left behind in the water, but could never lay eyes on the perpetrator until she finally caught him, the bear that she was certain was sneaking dips into her pool.
She thought it was a bear the whole time?
Yes. He opens the screen door.
Right.
He goes in. He swims. He gets out of the pool. He opens up the screen door, and he leaves.
That's right.
Every day.
He's too doggone smart, man.
Where was this at?
Florida.
Naples.
And apparently now he comes in on the daily.
Mm-hmm. Big bears.
Seriously, they're bears.
And they're right beside the Okeechobee. So that whole area is
it makes sense.
Yeah.
I like the idea that he walks in every day and says, "What's up, bitch?"
Yeah.
Where's for a swim?
Where's the noodle at?
Put my towel in the dryer.
Yeah.
I picture him on 2 legs, with the towel wrapped around him.
That's right.
Why are you looking at my giblets?
Lotion's up when he's done.
Hey, boo-boo, we're going to jump into the pool.
Right.
In other news, a woman in Arkansas took a little too long to find out something about her apartment. She had signed the lease and moved into the flat site unseen, but was puzzled when she looked around her new community. She noticed that it had a common aspect that all of her neighbors seemed to be older. A quick walk around the complex solved the riddle. She had moved into a senior living community without even realizing it.
Is that legal? Are you allowed to live there?
That's what I'm thinking.
If they rented it to her, right? Because the thing is, she's the one who did the process. She's a legal adult, so she's 19. She went through the process. I find it weird that they never told her.
Or the HOA doesn't have a rule against renting to people who are not seniors. But if they don't, then...
Yeah, it might be owner versus renter. But either way, but she says she loves it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Has more home-cooked meals than she's ever had in her life.
About to say, she's since uploaded videos online talking about how much fun she's having in the community with all the neighbors asking about her day, the fact that they're all quiet and in bed by the time she gets home, and how friendly everyone is.
Yeah.
She's going to be doing a lot of grocery shopping for people in the future, is my guess.
Got to keep the music down after 8, but other than that...
Are you sure they can hear it?
Wear headphones. Good point.
A video is making the rounds of shenanigans inside of a parking garage. The video starts innocently enough, showing a U-Haul truck pulling into the garage.
Oh, God.
Before lodging itself underneath one of the pipes of the sprinkler system. The video continues with the truck backing up at an angle for some stupid reason, smashing into the upper structure of the garage, and then proceeds to wedge itself by driving forward into another piece of the upper structure. They jockey the truck back and forth a few times until the sprinkler pipe bursts, sending a cascade of dirty pipe water all over the truck.
I saw the video. I did not realize, how dirty the pipe water is.
Oh, yeah.
Or how eventually the water blew out clear, but it takes longer than you'd like it to.
That actually happened one time when I was at the detail shop at the auction. He ran a big old box truck in there and just completely smashed the cap off of one of the sprinklers, and it just started fountaining like crazy. And it was just as dirty as you saw.
Yeah,
like that water does not cycle at all. It just sits there, man.
It came out black.
Oh yeah, it is nasty. Sometimes the answer is simpler than we think. 5 suspects have been arrested in connection with a string of arson cases. They're accused of setting fire to multiple vacant homes, but at specific times, oddly enough, because all 5 suspects were volunteer firefighters.
Getting bored around here.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm tired of Timmy getting his head stuck in the railing and the cat in the tree. Dory, Mike, I got my eye on it for you.
The plot of Backdraft.
Alrighty. I was waiting on this. I know that you already know what's going on here. I've been staring at it all day. I was completely wrong about the Seahawks in the draft. They did not pass on their round 2 option. They have made their selection at number 24. Welcome to the team, wide receiver out of Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge.
Oh, all right, Western Michigan.
Yeah. All right, we got a new wide receiver.
How big is he?
5'9".
He is 5'9", 190 pounds.
All right, so he's fast.
Yeah, man. Seeing little highlights here. He's
He
quick.
attended Buffalo High School in Indiana, where he was an honorable mention. Nobody cares. Let's see.
A good set of hands. He can run a little cross route there. All right, he's quick. He's got wheels. I'm a fan. Meanwhile, another 5 people were arrested in connection to the Lady Gaga stolen dogs fiasco. The 5 were arrested for a coordinated effort to steal the French bulldogs, whom they stole because they tend to sell for a lot of money. After learning that they belonged to Lady Gaga and the reward money for finding them, they switched up the plans to return them to the pop star. But a short investigation busted them, and they are all facing charges, including attempted murder charges for shooting the dog walker.
Right.
Yeah.
Good times.
And that is it for your headlines with that. Go Hawks. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it, bitches. Enjoy the weekend. The lovely Taryn Daly's up next.
Yes, indeed. It is all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.